Okay, so let us continue. More about motional EMF. Nothing new in this, same as before, but questions I can say. I can take example like a rod or a disc or some other shapes. Rolling body or if a rod is rotating about and with angular velocity omega. Assume magnetic field in all cases. In all cases, pointing perpendicularly into the plane. Perpendicularly into the plane, like cross direction. Length is L. This is point A, this is point B. And question is same always. What is the EMF induced?
EMF there.
Always same question only, but just situations I'm changing. A, B, fixed angle, rotating about point O. And we have to find EMF across EAB, EOB, EOA. Okay. Third case, disk rotating about center with angular velocity omega, and find EOP and EMP. And Take some other point in between. Maybe I'm taking this as L and this is M. Midpoint is M. Topmost and bottommost point EMF. It could be ring or disc, rolling.
This one also given in assignment.
This one is given.
Yes, sir.
Radius is R. Its radius is also R. You might need some other angle, chord length, etc. that assume to be given. Theta M is midpoint. This is all we have to do. Start with first. Remember, I told you one thing, and that thing you should keep in mind. What did I tell you about motional EMF? One point only. Very simple. If B is constant.
Yes, sir.
If B is constant, it is B into B average into V cross B dot DL normally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
EMF is normally equal to V cross B
Dot DL.
dot L, but now it becomes V average. If B is constant, B should be constant first. Then only. Is B constant in this case?
Yes, sir.
Everywhere it is constant.
Sir.
Assume B in all cases. I think I should have mentioned uniform also. Okay, we assume uniform magnetic field. Uniform B. Given for all the following cases. And pointing in which direction? Into the plane. Based on those assumptions, I'm ready to use this.
Omega L by 2 into B into L. Sir.
Hello,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So I said that average velocity is L omega by 2 and magnetic field is B naught. So L omega by 2 into B naught into L. That is EMF, which is equal to B naught into L square into omega by 2. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
What about for this right side case? This side EMF across AB. I have to again find out the average velocity. Can you find out the average velocity? Now you understand that. With respect to A, B will have what velocity?
B omega.
B omega, right? But what is the actual velocity with respect to O? With respect to O, it will be, let me tell you what it will be.
Omega into root over A square plus B.
A square plus B.
Let us write it as L, because I will write it finally in terms of theta and I will get it in
L
terms of
omega.
B. So I will write L omega, but I want to convert L back in terms of A and B because L is not given. It is not given, it is just imaginary line drawn there. Yes, so we can get L by Pythagoras theorem.
Root of A square plus B square.
Root of A square plus B square. Now, also L cos theta is A, and I want, I think this is theta 90 minus theta 90, again theta here. This will be 90 minus theta this side. 90 minus theta. What is component of L omega in this direction? L omega cos theta. But I know that
sir.
component will be same. That component will be same, and I have to see perpendicular to the length component. When we take this, use this formula, then all these are, they should be mutually perpendicular, right? In fact, I have told you something, that L is perpendicular to the plane containing velocity and magnetic field. Okay. Or I can say,
Yes, sir.
or I can say that because I can arrange in any order, I can arrange in any order, and I can say B is perpendicular to the plane containing velocity and length. Okay. So we can do it in different ways. So anyway, here if I take L omega and I take one direction parallel to the, sorry, what was it? Velocity, sorry, velocity I should not take parallel this side, I should take velocity perpendicular to this. What is the perpendicular component coming out to be? L omega
L omega sin theta 0 this
sin
side.
theta. And this side is 0 this side, right? So what is average velocity then? Average velocity comes out to be
L omega
L
sin theta by
omega
2.
sin theta 0 plus that divided by 2. Why is it 0 velocity this side? Because I know it is at rest by constant relation. This point will have 0 velocity this side. So this side I'm taking velocity, that is coming out to L omega sin theta. That's it. Then I'm getting average velocity L omega sin theta by 2 and average velocity into B naught into average velocity into B naught into
Root of A square.
into
Small b.
length
Small b, sir.
AB, small b only, because it is about AB first into B. What do we get then? What is L sin theta? L sin theta is also B.
B also. B also.
B naught B square omega by 2 then. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
That only. What about E?
Sir, what about directions?
Direction we will see by Lenz law. Why are we worried unnecessarily about that? Are you still confused about direction? Okay, let us do it now. Direction, I thought that is separate issue. We will discuss later on. Plus, let us say positive charge here. Positive charge has velocity in this direction, maybe this side. If it has velocity in this direction, how the force will be acting? QV cross B. Force B cross B.
Towards point.
Upside.
Towards B, Yes, sir, K positive capital. terminal.
So due to this force, it will have one component in horizontal direction, which will make it move towards the positive terminal. Okay. This force will have component in, this is magnetic force,
K
which will have component along B, so it will make it move towards B. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
We can
Sir,
always get that. This I did
B
not
bar-
use Lenz law. Here I did not use Lenz law. I used by force method.
B cross
Force
B.
acting on positive charge. B cross B.
So V cross B will be in a downward direction. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Up.
Yes. Okay then.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Right. Next we have EOB, I think. What would be that? If I have to take OB, first of all, I don't have to worry about this length then. I have to take which length? The direct length. And if I take direct length, I have already derived the formula for that. which was the first case. What about OA? If you are logical enough, you will quickly tell it is B into A square into omega
A
by
square
2.
omega.
Reason is so simple to derive actually. Why? Because this velocity I know in this direction is A omega, perpendicular to this. It has O has zero velocity, so average velocity comes out to be B A omega by 2 is average. If I know the average velocity, then average velocity into,
Or by adding we can say.
or yes, I can say EAB plus E.
No. EOA plus
EOA,
EOB.
EOA plus EAB is equal to EOB, right? That is also we can do both ways. Okay. But you see, notice this formula is always working, no? In such cases, we have to apply this average formula, average velocity. Next, what about this case? Average formula, when it will not work? Average formula will not work if the magnetic field is varying. It is not constant everywhere. Then average formula will not work. Then we have to derive that expression. I think I should give you one question based on that idea also. But before that, you answer this one. What is the answer for this? If I have to say O to P, then O to P is same as, let us say radius is R.
R square omega by 2.
So it is just B into R square omega by 2. What about M to P? I think M to P also we can obtain in the same way as we obtained for A to B. I can imagine as if this is this shape of rod here. O to M different and M to P different. What is M to P? We can get or not. Let us say M to P distances. What that distance will be? That will be
R cos theta by R sin theta by 2.
then EMP will be equal to B into MP square by 2 into omega, right? How? Taking clue, I have not derived it now. I am just taking clue from the last question. Similar things are happening here also. Yes or no? If you are somewhat confused, then find out by taking R omega first.
MB square omega by 2 like that.
That only will come, right? We can take slowly also, average velocity into V into average velocity into length. That also we can do. Length is MP. What is
Else we can
ELP?
subtract ELP.
What is ELP? This is simple to tell ELP. How?
Sir, EOL also BR square omega by
Adding
2.
2 into
EOL plus ELP plus PO total should be equal to 0. Why? Because in this closed loop, if I take line integral in OLPO loop, then it is sorry, what was it? Not what is EMF? EMF in this closed loop will be 0. E dot dl will be 0. Why? Because the area of this loop is not changing with time, and magnetic field is also uniform everywhere. So it is not. It is 0 only. If that is 0, I also know one more thing, that EMF from P to O is opposite of EMF from O to P. So I can say EPO is equal to minus of EOP. Right or not?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
And I also know that EOL is also equal to EOP. ELP is equal to EOL
B omega R square.
plus not EOL, EPO minus of EOL minus of EPO, which will become EOP minus of EOL, which will actually be same because EOL is equal to EOP only.
EOP minus EOL.
So this will be becoming 0 finally. ELO is 0. What is 0? ELO.
Sir,
ELO 0.
how EL was 0? So there also velocity omega square omega R will be not the velocity.
Yes, then also 0. Then also 0. Let us find it out. It is better to find out by old method only. If I use new method, you will think that sometimes by the one method we are getting one answer, by second we are getting second answer. How do we trust any other method? But it is always same. You want to do same method only as before. Tell me what is the velocity of LP, L, and what is the velocity of P?
L is R
Yes.
omega, P is also R omega on this.
That only R omega, but this is also R omega. What is perpendicular then?
R omega.
R omega sin theta. What is perpendicular? R omega sin theta. What is average velocity? 0. Why? One is positive, one is negative. We have to take R omega sin theta j cap minus R omega sin theta j cap divided by 2, which is equal to 0. That will also we are getting 0 only. I don't know why this is not required. If I went by this method, it confused you. But doesn't mean it is wrong. Whatever we are doing here is also right. Another way of doing it. I'm telling you EOP and EPO are negative of each other. That is also right. Nothing is wrong in this. And both are equal. That is also right. Everything is right till now. But we can do this way also. This we can trust always. V into V average into. But V is with sign. This is vector average. It is not a speed average. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How did you say those two will be minus each other? EOL equals to minus of C.
How did I say that EOL? Because if there's a positive charge here on that positive charge, let us imagine a rod. Imagine a positive charge. Velocity is this side. If force on this is outwards, QV cross V, then the force on the other will also be radially outwards only. In the world will be at less potential, outward everywhere it will be at same potential.
Yes, sir.
If you know this idea that outward everywhere it is at same potential, then you can directly also tell that L and P will be at same potential finally, and their EMF will be 0 between L and P.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Neelkanta,
Understood, sir.
understood properly means by 2 or 3 methods, all methods understood by our
All
normal
method.
methods, standard
Yes,
method
sir.
also, and the other method also. Okay. This question then, it is rolling and we have to find out the EMF between T and P.
There it will be 2R omega. Then our top it will be 2R omega.
2R omega.
2R square omega.
Normally, what is it? Normally formula is B into L square omega by 2. In place of L, it is 2R square omega by 2. That is enough. This velocity is 2R omega. What is average velocity? Average velocity will be 2R omega plus 0 at the bottom point divided by 2. This is V average. And what is the length? Length is here 2R. And all the magnetic field, etc., all these are mutually perpendicular. Yes, they are mutually perpendicular. So we have to take any sine theta, etc. terms? No. We have to just take product of the vectors magnitude wise. Getting now B into 2R omega by 2 means R omega into 2R. So what we are getting same answer only, it seems. B into 2R square omega. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir, even though here it is a ring, we are considering only 2 points. Sir.
We can do that. Why it ring matters? I told you before, if I have a not even ring, random shaped wire, then also I can connect A to B. You are forgetting that main point only. As long as magnetic field is constant. Neelkanta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As long as magnetic field is constant, we can take the shortest distance between the endpoints.
Okay. Sir.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now come to this case. I don't know, this is a question of Pathfinder, but I may not be able to draw the proper diagram. Something like this, they have said that it is, I think, going around it maybe several times, then entering into it, again going around it maybe sometimes, and then going this side. And this end, I think they are saying, is moving with some velocity V, and we have magnetic field is everywhere in the space, maybe into the plane. And I think we have to find out what is the EMF between this and this point. Between which and which point? This point A here and this other point B here. It is pure rolling, moving with velocity V. Can you do this?
Sir, rings are of one is R and two R, sir.
Capital R and small r radius we can take, or we can take A and B radius. I think we don't care again. We can find out quickly by knowing this distance here. What is this distance? This distance is equal to B minus A. This point is momentarily at rest. So what would be EMF between this and this entire structure and at point to point B? First of all, while this wire is moving parallel to the, is it cutting any magnetic field lines? This wire is not cutting through any magnetic field lines. This is also not cutting through any magnetic field lines. So EMF in this part will be zero. EMF in this part will be zero. So whatever EMF exists, that will be existing only from this point to this, or this, whatever I name it, this point, let's say tangent point T to P. The EMF will be from T to P only. Okay. If you are worried about the diagram, let me tell you, it is simple. Some wire is taking some turns around it, then through a hole it is entering inside, then taking it turns around it. Maybe how is it taking turn now here? That I have to think. I think not this way. Obviously, if it is entering through a hole, it will be tangent to this, no? Right? From hole it can enter in any way, but finally, if it has to take turns around, then it will be tangent to this. Maybe moving around it a few times and then going this side. And this is velocity v at last. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then what would be the
EMF
net
production.
EMF? EMF is coming out to be finally equal to, if you understood it right,
B-
then B into B minus
by
A square
Omega by 2.
to V by A.
into
V by
omega.
A,
Omega
right?
will be V by B minus A, I think.
Yes, sir. B
B
minus.
minus A.
So it will be V upon B minus A will be omega. Our formula was
Into
B
by
into
base
L
2.
square omega by 2. L here, effective L is coming out to be B minus A, and their effective V is coming out to be L, just B minus A into omega. So we are getting from here or not? What is the answer? B into V into B minus A by 2 is also there. By 2 is
So
there.
by 2 will be there. So
By 2 will be there. Divided by 2. That is EMF at last. Okay.
Sir,
Understood? Yes.
can you say where magnetic field is there in that region?
Can we say where magnetic field is in that region?
That's the question.
In the beginning, only in the question, I have said that for all the following cases, take the magnetic field into the plane of the paper.
Means outside it is not there or there.
But what do you mean by outside is not there?
From B point here.
It is everywhere up to infinity.
Okay. Sir.
Completely. It is everywhere into the plane of the paper. Why the thing outside it is not there? It is everywhere into the plane of the paper.
from T to B there is no
From
EMF.
T to B, there is no EMF, correct only. But overall, if from T to B it is not there, and from P to A it is not there, that doesn't matter. Overall, from A to B, it will be effectively as if it is from P to T. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. You can see this question in the Pathfinder. Their wording will be slightly maybe different. They have given some voltmeter here. They are saying what is the reading of the voltmeter, but thing is same only. Now, whether they ask it reading voltmeter or reading of voltmeter, or just directly they ask the potential difference or EMF, it is same thing only. Okay. Right. And variable, let me take one example at least of variable magnetic field. Now, if it is given that B is equal to B naught into small r by capital R, where R is the radius, for R less than R. For R greater than R, it may be 0. conducting disk of radius r. Okay. Can you find out the EMF again from center to the endpoints in circumference?
Yes, sir. dB by dt.
It is rotating with angular velocity omega. And B is again perpendicularly into the plane. Okay. Can you do it?
Yes, sir. By considering elements.
By considering this is a disk only. Did I say ring?
No, sir. You told disk only, sir.
Disk only. Although if it is a ring with spokes, then doesn't make a difference. Then also we can take between center and the circumference. It will be same only. How to do now? Now you have to really take some radial line element here, or maybe take a ring element. Okay. In this ring element, let us say EMF is dE. What would be EMF in radial direction? As the formula says, in radial
B
direction,
naught
the
by
EMF will be
B naught by R
it
into.
is r distance away. R omega is the speed. Now, if speed is in this direction, then EMF will be perpendicular to that direction along this side, along dr. Dr is the length element here across which we are finding the EMF. What is the formula? B
B.
cross B. R omega cross B perpendicular to that into dr. All are mutually perpendicular. So I can take R omega into B into dr. What is B? B is equal to B naught into small r by r into R omega into dr. What is E then?
B naught omega R capital R square by 3, sir.
Capital R square by 3. That is EMF. Correct only. As far as inward direction, that again by Lenz's law.
Anti-clock.
No, not Lenz's law. Sorry,
Out.
by the force acting QV cross B. B is inverse.
Outside it will be
UV cross
Outside
UV
it
will be
will be
outwards.
positive, sir. Surface
Outside will be
positive.
outside will become positive and inside will become negative. Okay, right only. Right. I have seen such questions also. They ask and students get confused at the time. Let me ask you. I will not tell you. I will not hint you also. I want to see whether you will be getting confused or not. Disk. This is a rotating disk. Find out EMF between O and P for rotating disk shown.
B omega also for but
O at positive.
There is
rotation,
no
sir.
B. Did I mention B in the
Ah.
question? That's why I said it is a tricky question. I knew that somebody will say B. There is no B given here. This that question of B, that B is everywhere. It is not for this question. There is no B given. Magnetic field doesn't exist. No, you answer.
Sir, is it charged, sir?
Not charged at all.
Zero, sir. Then.
Not zero also.
yes sir.
Are you getting some idea?
M r omega square.
Very nice. This boy. What is your name?
Physics.
Very good. You got it right only. There will be centrifugal force on the electrons now. Just centrifugal force. Now, although you may ask me this question, sir, why are you not taking centrifugal force when the magnetic field is there? At that time also it is there. Yes, it is there every time. But when magnetic field is there, then effect of magnetic field will be more predominant. We cannot consider such minute EMF which will be created just because of centrifugal action. But now EMF will be created because of centrifugal action, although that is very less. But still, because there is no magnetic field, so when they are asking for such case, it means they are asking us to consider that less part also. They are asking us to consider that also. It means then you are right. We will write here dm. What is the mass of electron? Let us say m into omega square r radially outwards. And what is the force inverse? Force inverse is equal to
QE.
E into E. So what is E coming out to be? E is coming out to be m upon E into omega square r. And what is the value of EMF? M upon E into omega square into r into dr. I don't care about the direction, but I'm just writing magnitude wise. Direction we will see, because electrons are having force on electrons, the force is outwards. So electrons will tend to go to which side? They will tend to shift towards
Need.
circumference, and inside will be positive. They will tend to shift towards circumference. M by E into omega square into r square by 2. That is answer. And which acquires negative charge here? The circumference acquires negative charge, and the center acquires positive charge. And then electrons stop going further forward outwards. Why? Because there will be a
Same
backward
charges
force.
will repel. Yes.
Backward force will be acting on it, even though the electrons tend to go now, but they are not able to go because of the backwards EMF created, or which can stop those electrons to go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Very good. Next, we can take the examples which were pending from the last week. What is happening to this today? not last week, this week only. Means I think 2 classes back, I was taking one example and then I left it there. Capacitor question. Have you done the capacitor question or not?
No.
You did not attempt yourself? Attempted. Okay, attempt now. What is it? It is a rod which is of length L. L is the distance between the rails. Mass is M and the angle is theta and capacitance is C.
Current percentage
Sir,
actually.
your voice is breaking, sir.
Voice is breaking because of poor weather here today. So try to manage if it is possible, because it will be, I think there will be some problem. Weather is bad in this place today. Can you hear a little bit or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, or maybe if you are not able to hear some part, then you can go through the recording posted in YouTube, right? This is the side view. Which side you want to take magnetic field? Take it some side maybe.
Always inside. Horizontal.
We can take horizontal also. You want horizontal? Last time we took horizontal or we took some other direction?
Last time it was
Horizontal.
upward, I think.
Last time I took upwards, I think. Huh? So this time I'm taking horizontal then. This is the direction of magnetic field. B is equal to B naught I cap everywhere. Constant. Mass of this is M. And now do it. How the force will be acting if it is going downwards? Tell me, what is the direction of force? Let us see how fast you are to tell the direction of force.
So towards us.
Force will be perpendicular to the
Perpendicular
velocity.
inclines.
Now, perpendicular to velocity will be possible if I take this side or I take this side.
Inclines.
This is not possible because if it is, no, wait a second. What is it? What is the formula for the force? I L cross B, not velocity. It will be perpendicular to the length and magnetic field. What is perpendicular to length and magnetic field? Length is horizontal and magnetic field is horizontal.
Upwards then.
Magnetic force is I L cross B. So I can see it is perpendicular to this plane. It is vertically up or vertically down, but it cannot be vertically down, because if it is vertically down, then it is supporting B. So what we are left with, it should be vertically upwards. Please listen to this argument, what I said now. I know magnetic force is this, but I know by Lenz's law also, from this I'm getting idea that it has to be perpendicular to length and magnetic field. I don't know what is the direction of current, so I can't tell in the beginning that which length I should take. I should take length vector this side, or I should take length vector this side. I don't know, because I don't know the direction of current right now. But I don't want to find the direction of current. Without that, I can tell. How? I know that magnetic field is this side and length is also horizontal. Then force vector should be either above or below. If it is below, then that will start supporting the velocity of this mass, which will be not possible. So therefore, the force should be upwards. Is that clear? By Lenz's law, it will always oppose. It can never support. So I will take the force to be upwards. This is the force. Angle theta. So think this is theta. This would become 90 minus theta. And downwards will be, what will be downwards?
Mg sin theta.
Mg sin theta. Mg sin theta. That only. So what is the equation? Mg sin theta minus upward force Fm sin theta is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is magnetic force, by the way, now? That I have to write by finding out the value of current and EMF, etc. All these things. Circuit diagram. Without circuit diagram, I cannot tell. Here, one more thing. Resistance is given 0. Write down somewhere. Resistance less and frictionless. Resistance less and frictionless. Rails and rod. Okay, this is the data given, and we have to just find out. We have to find nothing. We have to just write down the equation, and we have to analyze the equation. We have to find out the velocity maybe as a function of time maximum. What we want to do, maybe we want to find velocity as a function of time. So tell now, what is it? Circuit diagram. Circuit diagram will be. Can you tell the direction of current now by this analysis? I can tell the direction of current easily.
Sir, like this.
I L cross B. I should be, I think, towards dot. If I is towards dot, then only I cross B will be upwards, right?
Anti-clockwise.
So the current will be this way, this way, this way. I can tell in another way also. How can we tell in another way? Magnetic field lines inside are increasing. They are increasing.
Plus
They are passing
increasing
inside.
dots want to be increased.
They are increasing the crosses, I think, right? If I'm looking from this side
Plus are increasing.
and magnetic field lines are going into the plane, then they are increasing the crosses. If crosses are
This
increasing, then
EMF
what would happen?
produce dots.
It will produce a dot. It will produce dot means it will produce anti-clockwise current. That way also we can tell. In fact, we should try to do it two ways. Not only that will give us good practice, that will build confidence in both the methods of determining the direction of current, and we'll understand the things better. Okay. Next. What is the EMF value? EMF is nothing but V cross B dot L. So velocity is this side and magnetic field is this side. I have to make velocity perpendicular to magnetic field. The parallel component will contribute towards 0 EMF, which will contribute towards EMF.
These and these.
Downwards is V sine theta. That is V perpendicular. Do I have to take V parallel? No need. It has 0 contribution.
0.
So having understood this, then we are getting V sine theta into B into L. Now it is a cuboid or not? L, B and V perpendicular. These are mutually perpendicular. And you know, this gives us volume of the parallel pipe, or now it is a volume of cuboid after converting into V perpendicular. So I can just write V perpendicular into B into L. Okay. That is the EMF. And one more way to find out the direction of current. By this EMF also we can tell the direction of current. How? V cross B is pointing in which direction? Outwards.
Outward.
So the current should be, then the EMF should be in which way? I can tell the EMF direction from here. Effective equivalent wave battery will be like this. This way the battery is, which can send current in this direction. So see how many ways. I think one way by first finding the force and then estimating the direction of current from that. Second way
About field lines.
by noticing
Field
how
line.
many crosses are increasing in this loop. Crosses are increasing, so we try to decrease. Second way. Third way by the formula V cross B dot L. Each way will give us the right result. Okay. Next. After this, what we are going to do now? We are going to write Q value, charge stored in the capacitor. Charge, because there is no resistance. If there is a resistance, then it will be RC circuit. If it is RC circuit, then it will be like charging and discharging will take place. So if it is RC circuit, then the charge will be varying in capacitor like this, increasing. but it is not RC circuit, it's just capacitor circuit. So Q will be just equal to C into E. What is Q? Q is equal to CV sine theta into B into L. What is dQ by dt? C into B into L into sine theta into dV by dt.
A.
dV by dt is nothing but A. I will write it as A. CBLA sine theta finally. That is current. If I know current, then BIL is force. Actually, force is IL cross B, but I already know that L and B are mutually perpendicular. So I can write force. I can write magnetic force just BIL, which is now becoming CB square L square A sine theta. After knowing that also, now we have time to put back in the first equation.
Sir,
Okay. Yes.
dv by dt is okay. Yes,
dV by dt is acceleration.
yes sir.
What is doubt?
Nothing.
Now tell me finally, let us conclude the discussion. But we get mg sine theta minus fm sine theta. Fm sine theta becomes cv square L square A
Sine
sine
square.
square theta is equal to mass into acceleration. I am writing use 2 in 1. You understand what it means. Equation 2 we have to use in 1. So we are getting acceleration from there as mg sine theta divided by
CB square L square.
cb square L square into sine square theta.
Plus M also will be there.
But don't learn it. No use of learning. Learn the method. Reason, I can have several variations of this. Well, magnetic field may not be horizontal. It may be down, it may be up, it may be along the incline, and each will have its own different result, right? So we should learn the method. Don't try to learn the formula of acceleration. But yes, one thing interesting which we can learn, which we can remember. In case of capacitor, there is no terminal velocity that we can remember. Whatever magnetic field direction they may give, but one thing will be sure: if there is no resistance, if it is resistance-less circuit, then the potential energy loss will be getting to use in gain in electrical energy stored in capacitor and also gain in kinetic energy. It will be converted into two things: gain in kinetic energy and gain in what?
Gain in
Hmm?
kinetic energy, gain in capacitor energy.
Gain in capacitor energy. This is another method to do now. Let us do it by another energy method. That will be much simpler, because why energy method is always simpler, or mostly simpler, not always. Mostly energy method is simpler because we don't have to worry about signs, vectors, we don't have to worry about directions. We will just simply write one equation of energy and we will get answer. So we want to get answer by energy method now. Mass m. Can you tell me what is the rate of loss of energy? I think I can say rate of loss of energy is mg sine theta into v, right or not? Rate of loss of potential energy. Work done by gravity is this only or not?
Yes,
And that should be equal to change in rate of change of kinetic energy plus
sir.
yes.
Displacement.
There mg cos theta na sir, downward na sir. Force.
Why mg sine theta only along the incline? Why it is cos theta suddenly today?
Okay, sir.
Mg sine theta and velocity also v. So mg sine theta into v. So this power given by gravity will be converted for what purpose? Rate of change of kinetic energy plus rate of change of potential energy. What is the potential energy? Half cv square. Normally we write, but EMF I am writing e, so half ce square. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
right? And magnetic field is in which direction? It is in this direction. I can do one thing rather than taking the component of velocity, because velocity is in this direction and I'm fine with that. Why don't I take the component of magnetic field, which will be now one component b cos theta and another component b sin theta. And you tell me which of these two components will be responsible finally.
B sin theta.
Yes, it is parallel to velocity, so it will give us 0 EMF. Or we can think in another way that this parallel magnetic field lines will never change any flux through the loop, which will be causing the change in flux
Perpendicular to the
perpendicular one. So we will be focusing our attention on not b cos theta, but only on b sin theta. It contributes towards EMF. Contributes to EMF. And what is the formula for EMF? Once I have already found B and B mutually perpendicular now, then I can directly, and L is also perpendicular. When B and L become perpendicular, then EMF formula becomes simple. Then the EMF is just B into V into L, but B is not B here, B is here. B perpendicular, which is B sin theta. This EMF. Then I have to just put this value in this equation here. And kinetic energy value also I have to put here. Can you do that for me? Mg sin theta into V is equal to kinetic energy derivative. I think kinetic energy half mv square. If I differentiate, I get
MV
MVA
dAV by dt, sir. MV dV by dt.
plus CE into B
B
square L square sin square theta into 2V into A. That it will be finally. To the differentiation, it is not difficult. After putting the value of E, do the derivative. I'm sure derivative is right only. So what is the acceleration then? Mg sin theta divided by C. I'm writing one E here, that is wrong actually. This is not this. C B square L square sin square theta plus M. Is it
Getting
same
the
as
same
before?
answer. Yes, sir.
Same answer. And how many steps? Almost 4. Just these few
2
steps.
steps, sir.
Very easy answer. So, and no worry about signs, about direction and all those things. Whatever direction of current maybe, I don't care. Just one place direction we have taken care of, and that is I have taken that magnetic field component which is perpendicular to the plane. That we can do always. Whenever they give vertical component also, or they give any other component, take only that component which is perpendicular to the length and the velocity. Then after that, things are so simple. I'm thinking nothing much we have to do. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
here, why did you take rate of change of potential energies?
What do you want me to take? I could have taken that. Tell me, what do you want me to take?
By conservation directly can't be get.
Yes, we can get, but after conservation also we have to differentiate that. Because how will we get acceleration term in energy? Half mv square if I write, how will I get acceleration there? Tell me. Again, first equation I have to write energy only, conservation of energy only. I don't have a problem there in that. But that energy equation I have to differentiate. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
M will become.
You can write this way: mg into, let us say it is going along this direction as L length. L, not L. I should say, I think, what should I call it? If I say L confuses with the length of rod. I should not call L. I can say it is covering X distance.
Yes, sir.
So mg into X sin theta. Why sin theta now? Because mgh is the loss of potential energy. So mg into X sin theta. X is distance covered along incline. Distance covered along incline, that is X. So potential energy loss will be mg X sin theta, which will be equal to gain in kinetic energy half mv square plus half c e square. I have no problem in that. But then also, what is the next step? Next step is differentiating. So if I differentiate this, what do I get now? By differentiating d by dt of mg into X sin theta, which will again give me same thing, mg sin theta into velocity. Okay. So then understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
So we can't get away with the differentiation because we want to obtain acceleration. Okay. If we don't want to obtain acceleration, can we get away? I think we can get away if we don't want to obtain acceleration. Let us say they just want to find velocity when it has lost, it has gone by distance x. Then that I think I can obtain directly also. I will just put E value as b sin theta into v into L. This will be equation in terms of v and x. So after knowing the distance x, I can find out the speed v. Okay, then I don't need to differentiate. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
I think what we are determining here by energy method determine acceleration. Then only we are differentiating, otherwise no need. Determine acceleration. Energy method is particularly very useful if they are asking speed. Why? Because for speed, imagine if someone does by above method, what he has to do? He has to go through unnecessary pain of determining acceleration first. After determining acceleration, he will have to use formula v square
Time.
minus u square is equal to 2ax. So lengthy, first of all, up to acceleration it is lengthy. After that, we get velocity. And on the other hand, if they are asking speed and you are using energy method, then it is one step answer. One step answer to determine speed. We don't even have to find the derivative also. Okay. Take this example now, in which we have a inductor given here. Also, do remind me, tomorrow I must definitely do that. I have to take what
Sir,
is that?
AD is current, sir.
DC motor and a generator, right?
Sir, this
Transformer
week
is,
not just,
DC motor is there, I think. DC motor generator.
sir,
Not
this week AD current, sir.
only eddy currents, are you sure?
Up to AD current, sir.
Eddy current has nothing. Just read the theory of eddy current somewhere and maybe search in internet. You will understand it in a much better way. It is not something which has numericals. It is just theoretical understanding you should have. I will explain, but don't worry much about it. Okay. But yes, we should cover that topic also. But I also recommend you to watch some lectures, not lectures, means some YouTube videos on eddy currents. You will understand in a much better way. Okay. So L is
Sir?
inductance. Yes.
With all that before in capacitor case,
Yes, in capacitor case, what I told?
terminal velocity won't be there for that.
Yes, it is not there. We have seen already. It is not there. It would be there, I think, if there's a resistance also, means it is RC circuit, then it will be, I think. Otherwise, it won't be.
Yes, sir. Sir, can
Okay.
we conserve energy when resistor is there in place of capacitor?
When what is there?
When resistor is there in place of capacitor?
Then we don't conserve energy, but we can use a method of energy in that case also. How to use method of energy for case of resistance? Okay, let us change it to resistance then. Let me do for resistance. Energy, obviously, we can't conserve. How can we conserve energy when there is a loss I square R? But if you are asking, can we use energy method? Yes, obviously we can do. Let us do that now. Let us say, now I'm not giving you this B, other B's values. I'm giving already. Which B? B perpendicular. Because finally also we need that. So whenever they give you any other B, first you convert into B perpendicular, get your answer in terms of B perpendicular. Things will be simplified for you. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Now, in terms of B perpendicular, our length is length, velocity, and B. They are now mutually perpendicular. Three vectors, right? Then our EMF is simple to get. EMF will be B into B perpendicular into B into L, and EMF divided by R will be a resistance, and V square by R will be power lost, and power loss will be equal to power supplied by the gravity. mg sin theta into V. One step answer again. What they are asking to find? Terminal velocity. When terminal velocity will be obtained, when terminal velocity is obtained, then rate of loss of potential energy, will be equal to heat energy produced in resistance. It will not be equal to change in kinetic energy. Why it will not be equal to change in kinetic energy? Because why will it not be changing kinetic energy? because it is terminal velocity. Meaning of terminal velocity itself means the final constant velocity. Okay, is that fine?
Yes, sir.
So heat rate of heat energy produced. I think one side we are saying rate, so there also should be rate or rate of heat energy produced in the resistance. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it is Vt, that is also Vt. So we are getting terminal velocity in one step. In the other method, by the other method, it will be last to obtain terminal velocity. It will not be able to. We will not be able to obtain easily. So in that also we are able to obtain
Actually,
easily.
we'll get
What we do,
acceleration.
we just get acceleration. We put acceleration 0, and then we get. In that case also we can do. In that also is not tough in this case actually, because what is the force? Force will be equal to BIL will be the force. BIL, B perpendicular into IL is the force, and downward is mg sin theta. These I have to equate. That is also simple only. Mg sin theta is equal to B perpendicular into I into L. What is I? I is nothing but B perpendicular into V into L divided by R into L is equal to mg sin theta. I'm getting V from here also. Getting V from here or not?
Yes, sir.
Same V. So it is also not tough anyway. But it is better to know all the things properly. Next, how to find acceleration? If I have to find acceleration, then my equation should be that the rate at which potential energy is lost is converted into two things. I square R plus, tell me what I should write.
Kinetic.
Plus change in kinetic energy means rate of change of kinetic energy. What is rate of change of kinetic energy? D by dt of mv
Yes,
square.
sir. MVAB.
This it will be. What would that be? That will be mv into a plus b perpendicular square L square v square by r is equal to mg sin theta into v. Are you getting from here something?
Acceleration getting.
V will get cancelled out. Mg sin theta minus v perpendicular square L square into v by r is equal to
MA.
a. Will divide by m also, divide by m here also. I think now you can solve it to get the velocity as a function of time. Also, it will be some exponential graph again, right or not?
Yes, sir. Getting
Yes, sir.
So in this way also we can get the answers. Now equation same as before. Force method. You can check it before. See, it is same equation.
Sir,
Sir, are you there?
Yes. Up to what time do we have class?
4:45.
4:45. Some time is still we are having, so we can maybe solve this question also of inductors.
How will the inductor be acting?
Inductor, how will it be acting?
I mean,
We
what's the
don't know.
purpose of it?
We don't know how it will be acting, but we can solve the equation and we can get the answer. We can understand how it will be acting then. Math will tell us how it will be acting. Directly, we have no clue, but we can make some guess. For inductors also, we can guess that there will be no loss of energy if it is ideal inductor. Ideal inductor, let us say, without any resistance. Although there is no such thing as ideal inductor. Okay. No resistance in the circuit. And friction in the circuit. One more thing, in the last case, they could give us with friction as well. If friction is also given, then not much difference. In place of mg sin theta, I would have to write mg sin theta minus mu into n into v.
Mg cos theta.
What that normal will be. Now, usually, this is interesting now. Usually, I said that B parallel has no role to play.
But it
Did I
will
say or not?
have in normal.
But in case of
Definitely.
But in case of the friction, B parallel will start having role to play. Why? Because that will change the normal. That will affect the normal. Why? Because it will apply force perpendicular to the plane. And if it applies force perpendicular to the plane, then that may either increase the normal or it may decrease the normal depending upon how is the force acting due to B parallel. So B parallel does have a role to play for the cases of friction. Be careful about that. Don't think that it is just mu mg sin theta friction. No, it will not be mu mg sin theta. It will be mu into normal, and normal will be involving. It will be taking. It will be having the component of that magnetic force also. Normal will be also influenced by the magnetic force. Maybe I should take that question. Remind me. I will take maybe tomorrow. You can take that question also. So ideal inductor. So if in case of ideal inductor, what is now frictionless surface again? Ideal inductor, no losses at all. If no losses at all, then what do you expect? You tell me. Mg sin theta, what it will try to do? It will try to rate of loss of potential energy. What that will do? That will increase the energy stored in the inductor, right or not? What do you expect? Are you expecting that energy in the inductor will keep on increasing now or not?
Yes, sir.
We are expecting that energy in the inductor will keep on increasing. Any other thing that you are expecting from this? Again, given only B perpendicular is given to you. We don't need B parallel because there is no resistance at all. B perpendicular is everywhere in the space. Here. Perpendicular to the plane. I don't have to draw so many arrows. I will just say once only, and that is enough, I think. So, length is small l between the rails.
Anti-clockwise direction.
So, first of all, let us analyze. Let us understand what do you expect. Do you expect its speed to be continuously increasing, or do you expect its speed to be decreasing after some time?
Decreasing, sir.
Decreasing. Opposite force will act.
Continuously increasing.
No, sir. Somewhat decrease.
It will decrease after some time.
Yes, sir.
Why are you thinking so? Because of BIL.
Yes, sir. F is equal to BAL x opposite direction.
But it was always BIL, no? Not only in this present case only. Why was it not decreasing anywhere till now? Not in case of capacitor, not in case of resistance. And why are you expecting it will decrease? Let us say let us say the EMF is constant. I am assuming EMF to be constant. If EMF is constant, then L into di by dt will be constant, right or not? If I assume EMF to be constant, then L into di by dt will be constant. If it is constant, then energy stored in the inductor will keep on increasing.
Sir,
Yes,
why it is constant, sir?
I am saying let us assume if it is constant, then what would happen? I am analyzing it. I have not even solved it. I
No,
want
sir.
to arrive at
L into di by dt, how comes?
that is equal to EMF across it.
Okay, sir.
L into di by dt is EMF across it. That is formula for EMF across the inductor. Okay, let's get the result. I think you are not ready for the explanation before. I will explain afterwards. First, let us get the result. Ideal inductor, and it has no resistance at all, and it has no friction. Now, half Li square energy stored is equal to derivative take derivative both sides. Okay.
So that is, you know, na, sir, half Li square.
Hmm?
Half Li square, as you know, you have written, na, sir.
No, wait a second. Did I not tell you this formula?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Princess, sir.
Oh my God! I did not tell you. That was really very big mistake then, blunder. Half CV square, I tell you the way energy for the capacitor. Energy for the inductor is half Li square, but I did not tell you. Huh? Surprise.
Inductor
Okay.
only not discussed, na, sir.
Hmm?
Inductor only not discussed, na, sir, until now.
That's why I'm surprised. Why did I not discuss this energy? I don't know. Okay, I will discuss now. Did I discuss DC circuits involving inductors?
No, sir.
Sir, LC and LR are not for this week, sir.
That is not for this. That's why I did not discuss this part.
Sir, I think inductor is totally next week, I think so.
Next week, sir.
That's why. Okay. I thought how is it I left? Inductor is not yet over. That will come again. Huh? Okay, but now for the point being, for the time being, I will tell you. I want to complete this part at least. Energy stored in inductor. Let me tell it here, and you can also learn it. It will be helpful for next week also. Energy stored in inductor. Let us say this is battery of MFE, and I close the switch, and there is no resistance anywhere. And what would happen? The energy supplied will be power supplied will be E into I, and power supplied will also be equal to rate of change of energy stored in the inductor. So E into I into dt integral. Why I am doing all this? I already know what is the energy supplied will be equal to E into Q will be the energy supplied or not, work done by battery.
Yes, sir.
And I also know E is equal to L into, did I tell you this also? This also I did not tell. L into di by dt is EMF.
Did not say that also. Now
Okay,
only you
just-
have introduced it.
Just leave it then. Then let us leave this. Let us leave this only for next week then. Inductors only I'm leaving completely. Maybe it is for next week only. Leave it. Okay. Let us leave it then for the time being.
So you can take my questions then.
What is your question? Tell.
That one's the last one I have posted nothing down. I'll take a screenshot also.
Last one. No, that question. Would you not be able to do it now? I thought I saw your question and I found nothing significant. I thought maybe the doubt is just because I have not discussed everything in the class. But now I'm expecting you should be able to do. Let
I
us
was
say
able to find EMF, sir, but while regarding the current, I'm getting out.
let us see. AB is a resistance-less conducting rod which forms the diameter of conducting ring of it is R. The resistors R1 and R2 do not rotate. R1 and R2 do not rotate. R1 and R2. Current through the see. There are two rods here. This rod is rotating. This is also rotating, and this is, let us say, of length. Length. Radius R. Length is R. So B into what is the formula today? Only we derived omega into
Omega
R square by 2.
square by 2.
And same for the other, same for both of these. And as we know, magnetic field is into the plane, and then if it is a positive charge here, then force will be acting in which direction? Velocity downside. B cross B is right side.
B, sir, towards B. Radially outward.
B cross B will be
Radially outward, sir.
radially outwards. And the other side also radially outwards, I think. Right?
Yes, sir.
Then there are two EMFs here, two batteries. This is the equivalent diagram. One battery, another battery, both are of equal EMFs, B omega R square by 2. And in between one resistance and another resistance, that is R1 and R2. And they are all in 0 here. Here E, here E, here E, here E. So potential difference is same. These are in parallel. What are they asking? Now tell me. Current through R2.
Current through R2, sir.
Current through R2 will be E upon R2. E is the potential difference across it. Means it will be just E upon R2 then.
Sir, E upon net resistance into
What is net
Then we-
resistance?
R1, R2 by R1
AB
plus
is
R2.
AB has no resistance. Which has resistance then? Which
R1,
No, it's-
R2.
and this has resistance or not?
No, sir, no resistance at all.
Fine then I think what I'm doing, is it not right? Let me check. This has resistance and this is EMFE.
Parallel means E net in E by R net into R na, sir.
E by
E by R net, I mean, we have to divide the current na, sir.
no, but directly when it is EMF across this only, why should we worry about dividing also? It is, if I know there are two resistances here, it is R1 and it is R2, then both will carry E by R1 and E by R2. Why do I first find out net and then divide? Or it will be same thing again. Indirectly, we know EMF is directly we know that EMF is same across this and this. So it will be
Okay,
directly
sir.
E by R1 and E by R2.
So they have given a R1, sir, by R1.
Hmm?
Given A, sir, by R1 they have given, sir. They have asked R2, but they have given R.
That may be mistake.
Yes, sir, that was my doubt. Sir.
Hmm. This is also answer one. This is possible. V omega R square by 2 R2.
Yes, sir.
This could be the answer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Your time
Next.
complete.
Okay, then we can end this discussion. That other question you can do, Neelkanta?
Yes, sir, now I can do, sir.
Right, then I'm ending it now. Okay, bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.